Welcome back to Grappling Legacy Lounge. We're here at, we're not in the lounge today. We're actually at Pika Pow, their open mat Friday night. I'm here with Andrew, purple belt at Pika Pow, entrepreneur, founder, creator, and mastermind of Doublegold, right?
Yeah.
Black Cactus.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of different things too, right?
Yeah.
What else you got?
Now the new Black Cactus started as like screen printing, but now that's evolved into like branding, marketing, and like overall like creative direction.
Yeah.
So like creative director for hire kind of thing, which is really fun. We got to work with some pretty cool companies and help them like transform their brand. I've always just been obsessed with branding and how brands should behave and how to keep a brand like cohesive and stuff. So, but yeah, other than that, just projects, clothing brands, and stuff like that. But yeah, Doublegold is quickly becoming like one of the most exciting.
That's like a brand.
projects.
That is a brand, right?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
let's talk about Doublegold. What was the original idea around that? Because I know like you're an artist at heart, right?
The original idea of Doublegold was to be just a jiu-jitsu brand, like designed from like the streetwear perspective of like not designing a rash guard just because you can print all over it doesn't mean you have to put designs everywhere. So that's what I really wanted to do at first, and it is a clothing brand. And then like one day Aaron was like, you should do a tournament, and I was like, let's do a tournament. And now that's how it all kind of came about. So it's turned into an event that it's kind of like, I can't say it's more promotion or more clothing brand. I think it's right down the middle. It's more of like an experience to me. That's like, the experience of it is the real art part of it. You know, like everyone, whether they follow jiu-jitsu or not, who comes to the events, have all kind of had the same thing, which is just like, it's a crazy event. I don't really know how to explain it. That's to me is like the art part of it. So
it's you have to see it to experience to understand it, right? Like I know you stream them all on like Instagram, I believe, right? Yeah. And which is also cool in itself. But like the art that hangs out behind the mats and each design that you've laid out has been different and like very innovative and just really cool. Like right down to the logo. Like how did you come up with the idea for the logo?
The logo, well, there's like plenty of logos in play at all times, but like the one with like the two, it's actually the picture I took to make the logo is like right there. So this is
took it on these mats?
Like literally right there.
Is that right?
I have the photo of Aaron with the bathrooms in the background, Aaron holding two medals, and I just tried to get him like with some like
some light behind
coming
it
from the top.
Yeah.
So that's where like that came from, and now like the two eyes that you see in any kind of Doublegold brandings are just his eyes from that photo, and then
it's pretty cool that there's like hidden imagery within the image. You know, that I love that stuff. Like I almost obsess over that. You know, like 'cause you could just see hidden things, but you have to really stare at it to figure it out. You know, like when I first saw the logo, I saw the face and the hands, but I couldn't tell what they were doing until you look deeper into it. You know? Then it's obvious. And then once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know. So
no, I like when things are. I think that everybody's kind of attracted to what's foreign to them. You know.
Yeah.
And like the things you don't understand, like even as an artist, looking at an artist who does an art form that you don't partake in, it's when you're usually like, oh man, those guys are the coolest. But it's just because it's like that's foreign to you, like you're attracted to it. Like I think people who make fonts are like the coolest artists.
I agree,
like, that's
man.
something that's like I think it is a really technical high level of art, but that's I can't do it, and like I also can't draw very well. So like those people to me, I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
But you do stuff with like imagery, right?
Yeah, I'd like design. Like I can't draw a photo really well, but there's that's a small piece of it. I would say my like art, what kind of artist I am would be just like I want to be like an experience artist. Like I want to just create. I think that's the future of art as well. Like even for somebody making music and putting out records, I feel like you need to be creating an experience for people. Even if it's just how do I download your album? How do I get it? Or like For us with the clothing brand, it's like, how do I experience the release of a new design for the brand? It's like, well, you can only get it at this one day, at this one time. And like the event itself is kind of like a fashion show where the models meet in the middle and fight.
That's a great way to say that.
That's kind of like how I would describe to people who don't know jiu-jitsu. I tell them that, and they're like, well, I want to see that first because I don't believe you. Like
when you was it the first one or the second one? You had like the pillars, and it reminded me of Rome, and these two warriors were meeting in the middle, like you said, wearing like the rash guard and kits that you designed, which brought the art all together.
Yeah, and then they start, and like there's just a ton of energy at the event because like I think I get just as nervous as the guys who are grappling. And
sure.
Like two guys preparing themselves from weight cut or a stylistic. They're nervous to do it, and guys like who here, I'm just nervous to make sure I do a good job. I'm like, dude, I'm nervous too.
Yeah.
I'm literally like, I'm facing the same amount of, let's see if he's really prepared. Let's see if it's cooler than the last one. And like, I don't think like jiu-jitsu events in general are trying to make it about the entertainment. They're all looking for like the best grappler.
The best grappler, yeah.
And there's nothing, like I think it's just something different where we're like most promoters, their goal is like try to work their way up, get a good streaming deal, and like be more of a sports broadcast. But like my long-term goal for this is for like double gold. By the 10th double gold, the venue will be the Museum of Contemporary Art. Like that's what I'm going for.
That would be cool, man. Have it like have a gallery going.
Yeah, it's a really potent. I think that's why the experience is so intense because like it's a really potent. From an art standpoint, it's really potent. Like the walkout music is stuff that I'm producing or getting production from other people. The song when automatically we up into like a skate video, and all the music on the skate video is Chicago artists that I talked to and got permission to use the songs. And stuff.
Yeah, that's the other cool thing is that it's not just your art that you're displaying, like with the rash guards or whatever's behind the mats or whatever. It's other artists that are local.
Oh, yeah.
So I appreciate that because I really like local businesses.
Yeah.
So
I think you're getting like a real cool like taste of like the outside of Chicago, like the Illinois Midwest, right? You're getting a really cool taste of Midwest, and not just how the grapplers play, but how the setting is. I'm trying to make the setting important. With that backdrop last time at the third one, with
they tore it down.
They're getting torn down, dude. I was like, my whole thing from the beginning was like, dude, this is a Mortal Kombat level that we're trying to design.
You want them to destroy it, right?
Yeah, I want it to be like, just kind of set it up so that they take part in it. Like that torn down thing was like jiu-jitsu collaborated with that layout, So
I feel that was like the first match that happened. Yeah. They just it was like tearing the house down with the very first match, and it really set tone for the rest of the event, right?
Yeah.
So I think they keep getting better and better. What are we on 4, right?
Yeah.
So what is different? What can people expect from 4 that we didn't see at 3?
So from the art side of things, is going to be hard to explain. You have to see it because we are trying to like level that up and make it even more of like a on here. But from the like league side of things, with Aaron doing the matchmaking, now we're introducing 2 brackets. So there'll be a lightweight bracket and a middleweight bracket. And the divisions will all wear jerseys with a number on it. So the lightweights will wear 69 for 69 kilograms, about 152 pounds is the weight bracket. And then there's 86 will be the other one. So 86 kilograms, 174, 178 pounds, something like that. But so at 4, we're gonna have up to the semifinals. At the end of the night, we'll have our face-off photos, and then at DGI 5, they'll actually fight for the belt. So
that's cool.
So it's a tournament of contenders down to like who are the 2 best in this weight class out of who we have, and then they go for the belt at the next one, and then ideally we introduce like a welterweight and heavyweight bracket, and we want to have a women's division, but just making the women's matches is harder. You have fewer participants.
Yeah.
just the numbers, fewer participants, fewer applications, trying to get it going. But we've brought some pretty awesome women's matches.
I was gonna ask, how do you guys select your athletes? I know they have to apply, and they apply on the Double Gold website, right?
Yeah, at the Double Gold site, and then you just apply and get on the roster. And it's usually Aaron knows the local scene so well, so he knows what will be a good match, and then it's basically a matter of like once we have the applicant, matching them up with someone that would be good for them around the same level, and then with the brackets, it's a little. They're a really active competitor. Are they somebody who have a good chance of like? And then also just like feeling making sure.
Yeah.
We want to be able to have a event that we all want at, and that.
Yeah, you want to be competitive, but you want fights starting out.
Yeah, you want to try to control as much as you.
It's serious, but it's jiu-jitsu serious, you know. Competitive seriousness, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's like when you have that energy of like at the beginning of time we've been meeting up with each other to watch two people find out who's better. Yeah. From like all the way back. Yeah,
you look at the gladiator days.
So, like, there's a certain energy there. There's a certain like a ritualistic feeling of like that's our instincts. Need to see this. We want to see this. We've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
So even though it's jiu-jitsu, not as like violent as that, or even like MMA, there's still that same energy of like nervousness a little bit, where everyone's kind of a little nervous, but setting that backdrop there, like making it all feel different and stuff, makes it really cool, especially for people who don't necessarily like watch it all the time or understand it.
I think, to your point, like. I feel like matches, like I watched the Craig Jones Invitational, and those matches were good. They were really technical, but jiu-jitsu is hard to watch, especially in that style when it's just sub only. But they knew, like they were doing the teams, so they knew, hey, if I just live out the round, we're both eliminated. Yeah. But in Double Gold, you specifically tell these guys, hey, let it all fly. Yeah. This is like your chance. Yeah. And another cool thing from an art standpoint is you give the athletes back their film. So they get to see their highlights and post their highlights to help promote their brand,
and going back to the branding. Edit it up and try to make it look as cool as we can online between me and Brody. Like me and Brody on a daily basis just sit next to each other on computers and do art and do branding and do stuff like that. So when it comes to like the Double Gold stuff, that's all comes very natural to us. And it's super fun to try to make it all look cool. And then I think that it's another take on like how do we make this sport more palatable. Like it's just a different take on that. Really, like we can try the league route and like things like PGF, dude. I think it's sick. I watched it all. Like I thought it was really, really sick. That's like the sports route. Right. So I don't look at it as like Double Gold is how I think it should be done. It's just a different way to do it. Yeah. I think it also makes it a little less like we're not trying to be a league. It's ultimately a brand, like an experience, a brand that we're trying to make these rash guards like armor, like harder to get and make them all mean something. Every single one means something. I have like a catalog of every design that we've made for Double Gold and like what that meant to me and what it ended up representing. And then we don't make those anymore, so they're gone. And
it's like one and done, right? You print out a bunch of them, and then when they sell out, they sell out, right?
Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, so everything's limited. That's another cool thing about it.
Yeah, and that's a common practice now in business, especially with clothing brands. But we're trying to like embed it with so much, and anybody who comes to the event knows that it's a really cool experience. Yeah. I'm excited to get the next one going, and then as we grow and get more like sponsorship and support, and as the brand grows and is able to like from a financial standpoint do more with it, we'll be able to. But we have all kinds of plans for that. Obviously now with the champions, with the belts and everything, so it's going to keep growing. Our numbers do better every time, and since we have all these other businesses and stuff, like we're in no rush, man. It's a very organic growth.
Sure.
Of a brand, like the most I've been a part of is like it's super organic, and like I'm not, from a business standpoint, I'm not competitive about Double Gold. I don't
Yeah, you're not looking at
Yeah.
you're not looking at other rash guard companies and being like, oh, I gotta outdo your numbers.
Honestly, I don't think another promotion or another brand could say could try to do a comparison thing with us, because like I said, it's like we're like the intangible guys, you know. Like I'm trying to just take a risk, create something that's like. I think that's how a lot of great things come about too. Is start off saying like, I don't really.
Yeah, There's not an end point. It's just, hey, let's see what happens if I do this.
Yeah, I think that's how you really find. I mean, my artist style is like I wouldn't say I'm like an expert in any one part of art, and I like the way I describe it to people is it allows me to like get to locations that aren't in the GPS. And like a technical artist, if it's graphic design or illustration or photography or anybody who's an expert in one thing, they get so high level at that, and they could get you to that destination really fast.
Sure.
But it's harder for them to find uncharted territory. It's harder for them to find a civilization that's not on the map.
Yeah.
And that's where I live. It's just like I wander around and try things, and like they go wrong a lot. They have for the past 15 years of me trying crazy stuff.
Sure.
They go wrong a lot, but like then you stumble into something like double gold, and it's like, man, this is like super special. Everyone, I have friends who have been to all three that don't do jiu-jitsu at all, and they're hyped up for the next one.
Yeah.
And like for them, it's more of just like it's just a sick experience. Like it's like an underground punk show mixed with art show, like installation art feeling. So
that's a good way to put it, because it is kind of like it is very much like an underground scene, but with like there's some regalness to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a sick vibe. You have to experience it. So if you're not local to like Chicago and can't make it in person, definitely follow him on Instagram and then watch the live feed. It's October 25th, right?
Yeah.
So that's 4.
Yeah.
And then you don't have a date for 5, right?
No, it'll be in the spring. That comes down to like some venue decisions that we have to make. And if we want to, like my plan from the start was to, no matter how much the viewership grows, to just keep the event homegrown, to maintain the original.
But you want to keep it small.
Yeah, I want to keep that original vibe, because that like magic at the event is what keeps us all going and gets everybody every 6 months. We all kind of get hyped up around here. We're like, man, let's go. So doing that, my plan was always to keep it small, make it like, a certain amount of tickets to actually be there, but then start to increase, the viewership stuff. So that's why we invited you guys out to come do some commentary on the next one and just do it differently. And, but yeah, so 5, we don't have a date yet. But yeah, it'll be in the spring, and we'll have our champions, and then ideally 2 more brackets, and female matches, man. More females we can get to apply, and to just get in the pool so that we could try to make matches. The matchmaking is tricky, because there's 1,000 reasons why a match doesn't get made. From like, I have something that day, I got injured. I'm close with that person. I don't want to go against them.
Well, especially being a lot of the local scenes, they've probably gone against each other a billion times. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. Do you guys leave your applications open year round? Like just apply?
Yeah, we try to.
Just to try and keep that list growing?
Yeah, we try to. We just keep experimenting with how we want the web. Like how we want the page. How do we want the communication to function? And so, yeah, but for the most part, you could always find a way to apply. And it might just be a little messy for now, because our like side project that is getting more serious. So but yeah, we like to, like, anybody who's interested, we want everyone to come, man. We want everyone to apply, because again, the matchmaking process is difficult. Really, the more people who know about it and are interested and apply, the more we can do, the more matches we can. Is
there a requirement, like experience wise? Like, you won't take a white belt, like?
I think
say a white belt's been training for a year, but they've been competitive.
I think we've only so far done blue belt and up. And that's Aaron with the matchmaking. Like the only say I'll normally have on matchmaking is if it's like if Aaron wants like a second opinion or something. For the most part, man, I trust his opinion on what will be exciting.
Yeah, he does keep a really close eye on like the competition.
Yeah, and he puts
know.
together really cool matches that, like, we'll have guys like Mondo come, and Mondo's always exciting to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And we'll have guys who are like that, and then you'll have something like a total curveball that like it got the real jiu-jitsu, like when he did Jamil versus Jeff Serafin.
Yes.
Like that got everybody excited.
And he gets like unnamed guys, like I'm gonna say Jason Roberts, right? Like I never seen or heard about him until Double Gold. I think it was 3 that he was on.
Yeah.
And like he had one hell of a match. He was so entertaining.
He was on the second one.
There was the second one. The second one he was on. Yeah.
Third one.
And he was so entertaining to watch. And now, like I see him all over the place.
He's in the bracket.
Oh, he's in the bracket.
Yeah, we haven't started announcing who's all in it, but I can say that Jason's in it. I'm excited for
That's
Jason.
good, man. That's cool.
Jason's sick.
Yeah,
Jason's sick, dude.
He's a high flyer.
Yeah. He's definitely one of the guys who are always exciting. Like Caesar too.
Caesar's exciting too.
Always exciting.
Yeah. Caesar against Jason would be sick.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, they have a very similar style where they're always going at it.
There's the lightweight bracket is all. Everybody we got in on the brackets is all like high flying dudes. Like
that's awesome.
Really exciting.
High energy.
Yeah.
That's what to me. That's what makes jiu-jitsu exciting. I find. Of course, I'm a smaller guy, so I find like the light feathers and the featherweight guys, and even the 170s are like very exciting to watch because they're constantly moving and wrestling.
Yeah.
And where the heavyweights are kind of just like they're wrestling, but they're heavy breathing.
Yeah.
So no offense to you big guys.
Yeah, no. But like every weight class has its like the styles. Like that's why the matchmaking is so important because the styles really. If you have 2 guys that like I know this guy is not going to see that there's 1 minute left and see and like think about what he wants to do. His body's going to jump. His body's going to do something. Like those guys are always so fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
And then you'll have someone who likes a slower pace and more pressure, and you'll see like what happens here.
Yeah.
Does this guy pick it up, or does this guy force him out of his comfort zone? So like, I mean, it's really exciting for jiu-jitsu. I mean, I know you're a big wrestling guy.
Oh yeah.
And for me, I wrestled in with wrestling. I like was explaining it to my brother and saying like, wrestling there's like 30 moves, and when you're at practice, you have 1 move for the day.
Right.
And you're doing that move all day. Right. You're shooting double legs for 3 hours straight, and building that muscle memory. With jiu-jitsu, there's like 3,000 moves. So you get like 10 minutes per move to drill and learn, and then you start live rolling, and then so you got to find which ones you want to cling to.
That's true.
Like and people, so that's why like when I'm learning something new, like I never try to let's try the other side. I never do that because I'm like, dude, I only get so many reps. I don't get to do 100 of these.
Yep.
I get to do like 20 of these. And I got to figure out if this is something I want to try to put into my game.
Totally.
So
absolutely.
That creates. That's why you get the live stuff that creates all these things. That's why there's a new move. That's the new meta.
Yeah.
Every year there's a new move. Like there's not a lot of sports where there's a new technique that everyone's flocking towards.
Right. Because like people figure out, okay, this may be the move of the week. Now I'm going to figure out how to counter it. Yeah. So now you got to counter the counter where then you got to be creative to counter, start, doing things that people haven't seen before.
I'm a big ankle lock guy.
Yeah.
So it's cool for me to watch the like ankle locks try to put up a fight against heel hooks in the leg locking game of like now ankle locks seem to be like coming back in, where I think before it was like, oh no, I gotta figure out my heel hook game.
Oh yeah.
And so that's cool for me, but I'm definitely not like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, dude, I completely understand where you're coming from, man, because it is. They say it's chess, right?
Yeah.
Like you're playing chess, other people are playing checkers, or you're playing checkers and they're playing chess. So, and the higher up you get in the system, the belt system or whatever, the more competitions you see, the longer you've been doing this, the harder it gets.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't get easier.
Yeah.
I think that's the big misconception is that people think the longer I go on doing this, the easier it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's easier if you're going with a day one and you've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah, if you keep
that's
going,
easy.
Yeah, if you keep going with that early version of yourself, it's very easy.
It's very easy.
Anything is when you do that.
That's
like
right.
You're the people you have to face gets greater with you, but Yeah, it's cool to see that the belt levels, like I can say that in the lightweight bracket, it goes from blue to black belt, and it's all going to be competitive. Like that's exciting to me. That
Yeah.
you could have blue belts put up a fight with these guys, or purple belts tap
Oh, yeah.
black belts like that.
Oh,
that
yeah.
part, that's
And-
one of the sickest parts of the sport.
I mean, you see it all the time now, especially in the no-gi scene.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, belts don't matter when it
Yeah.
comes to no-gi. Belts don't matter
Yeah.
because if you get a blue belt that just specializes in leg locks, they enter that, and you could be a black belt. But if you don't pay attention to leg locks so much, then
I think that the reason for that, for why does this sport versus other sports have that ability for guys with lower rank to defeat bigger guys? And I think that comes from creativity. Like I think that comes from like
Yeah.
the mental side of the sport, where
Yeah.
like who's more scared or who's more worried, and then like if you have a blue belt who's cold-blooded and he has an idea, it's like, okay, I'm not better than this guy.
yeah,
I can't outdo this guy in most areas, but I can set a trap, and I could set him into a trap that leads me to the one thing I'm best at. That gives me a good chance to win this. Like that to me fascinates me.
Yeah.
I always am fascinated by like how does like a good example, like in the animal kingdom, like a couple wild boars will kill an elephant.
Sure.
Or like a hippo will kill a crocodile. Or
Right.
like a jaguar will kill a gorilla. Like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always come down to like, oh, I guess they're more powerful than them. Like, no, not necessarily. Like
Right.
sometimes it's just being creative, like adding creativity to a gap in skill or ability or even strength. Adding some creativity makes everything interesting, man.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah. No, you're 100% right. Yeah, you're 100% right on that.
Yeah.
So how did you find jiu-jitsu? Where did you start?
Man, like I think during COVID, I wanted to just get up and do something, and I went to like a couple places, and then I ended up at Prime. Was doing like Muay Thai and jiu-jitsu, and then being a wrestler, the jiu-jitsu was a lot easier, and I was at least surviving, you know.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to be able to compete. I also wanted to be able to like put myself to the test a bit. So like striking at 2020, that was, I was like 28 or something. So I'm like, man, I'm not about to get good enough at striking to go do something, but I could join a jiu-jitsu tournament. I've been in that world before with wrestling. So I was like, all right. So that's how I started doing it.
And that's where Aaron was teaching there?
Yeah, Aaron was just teaching.
Were you there when Sherman was teaching?
No.
No?
I was after Sherman.
Okay.
And Aaron, I believe Pika-Pow was still an idea.
It was an
like,
idea.
One day I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And then after, maybe a year of that, he was like gearing up to like, we're like looking at places and stuff now. It was getting more serious. And one day I was just asked Aaron, he was teaching, and I was like, dude, let's hang out, man. And then a couple of times after that, I was like, yo, what's the name? Like, let me make a logo. And I gave him a sheet of logo ideas, and
You made the first set of gis, right? In the first patches, I think.
the like
The
first
black
key
and white,
patches,
the black and yellow ones, right?
Yeah.
I love those, by the way.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
only. I wish there was more of them. There's not, but
Yeah.
those are the only patches I put on my gis.
Yeah.
Is the old school ones.
Yeah.
So-
Because they were all screen printed.
Yeah.
There are not a lot of screen printed patches on jiu-jitsu gis.
Yeah. They hold up though, man. I've had it
yeah.
on since you printed them.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah, I love those too, man. I actually have a stack of those.
Do
at
you?
the shop. Yeah.
That's
I'll bring you
awesome.
some more
Yeah.
for you if you get new gis.
I'm gonna hit you up because
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
about to order a couple new gis because Gabe is at the size now. He's stealing my shit.
Yeah,
So I have to buy new gis for myself
Yeah.
and get new patches.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, it's not a bad problem to have though.
No.
I finally got a Vanguard gi.
Oh, yeah?
And like I think Roberto was sponsored by them a while ago, and I like caught my eye there, and they must be really short run because I could never like actually buy one, and then I finally like one of their releases finally just got one, and I was like, man, it's a lot of money, but like I eye these things down all the time.
Yeah.
And as like a brand guy, I'm like I want to see what this is like, But I love looking at other jiu-jitsu brands, because I feel like a lot of jiu-jitsu brands are like jiu-jitsu guys to the core who make the brand.
Yeah.
And I'm a brand guy to the core who like loves jiu-jitsu, but that's more of my second language. So
Sure.
I I think that's why Double Gold does stand out from a design standpoint, is that I try purposely to not think like a jiu-jitsu person when I'm doing the event or the brand, like I try to like.
But you're looking at it from an art perspective.
Yeah.
So that's the cool thing, is because jiu-jitsu, like Joe, who's out here somewhere, probably leg locking someone, he was on my podcast and he was talking about how he likes it for the art.
Yeah.
I imagine that's probably what you think of it too, right?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
more of the art than it is like a combat sport.
It was really like, hey, you have a good base at wrestling. Now you can be creative. Now you can now you can do stuff and like surprise people. Like there's a way to do that. Like you can't really surprise people in wrestling. For the most part, at the early level, but like you get to a point where it's like, man, I know the 30 moves. So like, which one are you gonna try?
Right.
And then there's some creativity when it's like, let me set some traps and stuff like that. But it's a lot more like rigid, and you better have done your homework and be prepared for these positions,
I feel like once you hit the purple belt level, like even blue, like when you get to a 4-stripe blue belt, which pretty much is purple at that point, your wrestling is out the door. Like unless you could get somebody that's never wrestling, you could still catch people with a wrestling move, but like it's only going to get you so far.
Yeah.
Like the difference is wrestling and jiu-jitsu are very close, but to your point, like it's very creative. You could do things in jiu-jitsu you can't in wrestling. Like you could lock your hands on the bottom.
Yeah.
If you body lock someone, you might as well just hold on to it. You can't do that in wrestling.
Yeah, no, I love watching it. And then I also love like the same way with gi and no gi. Like after watching a bunch of jiu-jitsu, I'll go watch some wrestling, because it's like, oh man, like it's just a different sport to watch. Like same way people cycle through baseball, basketball, and football and stuff. Going through like watching the different grappling arts is always sick to switch.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't been in the gi in a while and you throw the gi on, you're like, oh,
absolutely.
Man, the gi's nice.
Yeah, dude. Like I haven't had a gi on. Recently, I put the gi back on because some guys were doing masters, so I was helping them, and now I'm like, I don't want to take it off. Now it's like I don't want to do no gi, but it goes in circles like that.
I feel like you do have to be in better shape for the gi. Like you got to be ready for the grip game.
It weights you
if
down.
If you're like out of shape, you're like, let's take it off. Let's go no gi so I could scramble a little bit.
The no gi, the scrambles and no gi. If you don't know how to scramble, then no gi may not be for you.
That's my whole game is trying to force a scramble. I don't like. I'm no good if it's a slow, controlled, technical pace. I'm no good, man. I need to create a scramble. Which
makes, in my opinion, I think scrambling. That's why I like double gold. Because like these guys are they're scrambling out of like positions because they're going for submissions. They're not like sitting back waiting for something to happen or someone to make a mistake.
Those aha art moments in jiu-jitsu happen from scrambles a lot, where it's some crazy movement and it comes down to body control and how like on the moment, like it's not like you have time to think about what you're going to do. Your body reacts. And then watching two bodies react and somebody comes out on top is like, those are the moments where I'm like, dude, that was beautiful art. Like that was, and it comes from like your brain and your body together doing something that like you'll hear the crowd, like everyone there is just like, my God, that was sick.
And it's so awesome because like people are very quiet because they're very like intensively watching, almost like a golf game quiet, and then something happens and everyone's like standing on their feet like, oh So
I think that helps too, having the small intimate environment. It helps us have control so that we can that's our best chance of letting people outside of the sport actually feel what we feel when we watch it, because like you're forced into the bigger venue is going to take that away. Like you're going to need, if you want it to be controlled and have control over the lights and the vibe, like you're going to need so much money at a big venue. So like that's why the small controlled environment, it gives the best chance for a non-jiu-jitsu person to be like, whoa, I get it. Like I don't really know what happened there.
You're right.
But I felt the energy. Like I felt that, I saw those guys go at it, and one guy got on top, and you guys got excited, so I got excited.
You're absolutely right, because like if you were to host that in like the high school gym, you lose that.
I know. Trust me. I've tried. I've thought of like, how do we do that without having a bunch of money? Like, how do we scale this up? And there might not be a way to, and that's okay with me as well. But like I
think the next best thing would be like, if you were to go to a bigger venue, would be like a warehouse or like a small warehouse, not like a big giant one.
You know what? We actually like, so I got close for 4 with in Aurora, the Coakley Theater. It's for like smaller plays. Like that was perfect, dude. It's perfect.
Where
like,
was it at?
The Copley Theater. It's like attached to the Paramount or in that family of theaters.
Yeah.
And but it's just like it's a bunch of money and like, you know, I want to get there. I want to get there for sure. And
I think a theater would be, to be honest, it'd be cool. Like Subspectrums is in like an auditorium.
Yeah, I think theirs looks sick.
It looks really sick.
Yeah, they control the lights.
But it is big. Yeah. You know, so I think I'll have to send you some video because I did their super fight tournament before they started doing the tournaments.
Yeah.
And they had chairs and everything. They had walkouts. So that was really cool. But yeah, I feel like it's not as cool as Double Gold is. Yeah. Just because of the size. You know, you do lose it in size.
Yeah. But that's where we definitely are at disadvantage. But we kind of want to be that like carved out little pocket of like, let's just try to create some like crazy vibes. And we've definitely I feel like succeeded so far. And like I said, from a business standpoint, I'm not overly competitive with Double Gold. I really enjoy these like, let's see what happens with this, and the stuff that comes out of that is always that keeps me going. That's my every 6 months of like, all right, even if I lose a little money on this, like it's gonna be really fun.
It's entertaining, man.
You doing a podcast right now?
Yeah.
That's fucking sick. Oh, yeah. Are we gonna be able to hear it?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on. It'll go on YouTube. It'll go on my YouTube channel. Aaron Brooks, the Aaron Brooks.
Aaron Brooks.
I'm gonna get you on it soon.
The guy we were just talking about.
Yeah, we were just talking about him. It's kind of funny that he just walked up like that.
Yeah.
So, cool. So October 25th.
Yeah.
Double Gold, first 2 brackets, and you're gonna do the semifinals, face-off. Finals will be in Double Gold 5.
Double Gold 5, and we're looking for like everybody. We don't know what the next 2 brackets will be.
Yeah.
So really, just like that depends on like the participation of who signs up and wants to get in, and.
How do they find you? Just on Instagram?
Instagram. Double Gold is DBLGOLD, and then the website is dblgld.com. Cool. And so between those 2 things, you could find us, find the applications, and follow along.
And you guys take competitors that are not just local to Chicago. Yeah, if they're willing to come out and compete. Yeah, man.
We want the biggest, like the trickiest part for us is that we really want these posters to look sick. Yeah. And we want the rollouts to look sick. And like I treat each Double Gold like it's an album release. So that with people out of town, that's what's tricky is that I do need people to come take photos. If they can't, you know, we just got to figure something out. But eventually I'll solve that problem. We'll figure that out. But yeah, I don't care where people are from, and I'm trying to get more money for the grapplers. It's another thing that we've prioritized big time is like
paying the athlete.
Yeah, paying these guys, and not just like asking them like for money to participate. Like I don't want to do that. I don't want to. And so far, that's not the best business model.
Do you ask them to sell tickets?
No.
So
nothing.
you just.
Because
that is a big thing with a lot of like super fights.
Yeah, and there's a reason for that. Like I understand all that. I'm looking at it as a way that's like if I can be as generous as possible and put on a good show and like give them a bunch of stuff on social media to build their personal brand. Yeah. If I could do all that stuff and the clothing brand slowly grows, that's how I'm justifying the like poor business model thus far.
I think that's awesome though because you're not like. You're into it for the athlete, you know? So like, it's more about, hey, this is your brand. Yeah. I'm helping you brand you as an athlete. Yeah. So that's what I like.
Yeah.
I
ultimately,
like that.
I think trying to show them in a light, like if I was doing the art direction or the creative direction for a big promotion, it would look something like this. Like this is how I would do it. That's my raw reaction to how should this look. So as we grow, like it'll be a slow burn, but like it'll be something really special wherever it ends up on that spectrum of brand to promotion. You know, ideally it kind of creates a new little lane. But yeah, cool. Really excited for 4. I'm excited for the people at 4, and got some guys who we've been trying to get. And
when will you start announcing those the list? Like, are you gonna do a bracket unveil?
Yeah. We'll do the bracket unveil. There's a couple things to figure out as far as the full bracket unveil, but we should next week we'll be able to start showing some of the super fights. We got some super fights as well as the brackets. So start showing some of those and start announcing guys in the brackets. It's really just a matter of like getting photos of everybody on time, and we're trying to get everybody in for like media days. I know it's a hassle for them, but I'm trying to like, I'm just trying to make you look dope, man.
Sure.
That's it. And trying to make the show look dope. So
scheduling is always hard. You know that. You and I have been trying to do this for like what, half a month now.
Yeah. So. No, it's tough, but especially when it's like on the side. Everybody has lives. Everybody has stuff going on. So, but yeah, for the people who do come, like people drive, like Jamil today. He just took a long ass drive to come here, take some photos, and roll around today. So. It's really sick that people are even like those guys like him, like these black belts who are so willing to participate before when there wasn't any money, and now there's a little bit of money. You know, like you get the semifinalists to get. So if you get in the bracket, you get to the semifinals, you get $500 each just for getting to the semifinals. And then there'll be a bigger cash prize and a belt at 5 for those guys, and then same thing, there'll be a prize for the semifinalists at the next one. So we're trying to do that, trying to just get sponsors involved and try to just increase the growth so that we can keep taking care of the guys and like putting on sick shows.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. I can't wait. Yeah. October 25th, Double Gold, streaming on Instagram or YouTube? Instagram. Yeah. So it'll be streaming on Instagram. Stay tuned. We're going to have more about Double Gold on this podcast because I want to get Aaron on. I know he's the matchmaker, the rule setter. Yeah. So we'll get more technical into the jiu-jitsu aspect of it.
Yeah. And he's got some format changes to go over as well.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's going to be different than the last.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear about those.
I'll let him break it down because he's the guy.
Yeah. So cool.
Awesome.
We could probably wrap this up. You good?
Sounds good, man. Go Bills.
Go Bills. Yeah, we're both Bills fans, by the way.
Yeah.
So definitely go Bills. So
this is our year.
That's our year. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna be cooking. So thanks for doing this, man. Finally getting together. So all right. Until next time, guys. Peace out.